All right. Now let's look at shape attribute, and I can come here, see sure, and I already ran this, but let's start from scratch. So we can close this and open again. If you don't want to use Control C, so Jupyter, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Notebook, and today we are going to discuss about only three things. One is shape attribute and why we use it. Two is head, and now head is not attribute, it's a method. And also the tail method. Now tail is also not an attribute, it's a method. So when we talk about, we're also going to discuss difference between attribute and method as used in data science. So let's start. And as usual, we had our data folder, and our data folder has got our first lesson and unique careers. This is where we are going to do uh, several we call them what? Several lessons before we change. Now we can open this and we get where we were. Now, sometimes when you just come here and you can see I have already done some shape attribute. So I want to just differentiate between shape attribute and the head or attribute and method generally. So when we talk about attribute, this doesn't need to be called, or they don't have any additional things. Okay, so it is just giving you straightforward. But when we talk about now method, a method is used to call a function. So a method has got call function, has got these two brackets or two brackets. That means there is a function that is being called by this method. All right. So that is the major difference between the attribute and the method. In layman, we can say attribute do not have the brackets because they don't call any function, but head or not head, but methods such as head and tail have the brackets because they are calling a particular function. Now, there is another function apart from the f, which is just display this. We can also delete. We can delete this, but before we delete, when you open the thing like this in the first part, it will not work. When you say just come here and then you say df shape attribute after you had closed this project, it will not work. So for it to work, you will just need to come here to kernel over here, and then you come down here to restart kernel and run all cell. You click on there and you come and say restart like that. You see everything is going to run and it's going to come back again after some time. So it has come. So to start from scratch, I want to delete this. I can delete this. I can also delete this. What else I can delete? I can also delete this. This also I delete. And I delete this. And then we can have the shape attribute. And what's the function of the shape attribute? Shape attribute gives us the number of rows and columns respectively. So 51 rows and 6 columns. You see 50, but it is 51 because the indexes start from 0. So this is 1 and 10. So that's why we are getting 51. And we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We have 6 columns, right? Now we can also have df dot info, and we call it. Now you can see you have a lot of more information, a bit information, because this is not method, because we have calling information. So class pandas call and data frame range, we have 51 entries, 0 to 50. Data columns, we have total of 6 columns, and then we have the columns here that is giving you what is there. It is object, meaning this is a string, which is 0 major. Then we have the starting salary, which is float number. We have group, which is object. So in here, object just means this is a string, but a floating number is a number with decimal places. So that is that. Another thing that we want to discuss today is this one called the df, not just df, but let's say the head, and what's the function of the head. So if we say just df dot head, and this is a method, sorry, this is dot, this is a method, sorry, it's a method, so it should be having these 2 columns, and the head meaning it is calling something, some function. So when we talk about the head, it just means you are going to display the first 5 rows like this. When we shift and enter, you can see only 5 are coming up. Remember, we're starting from 0, so this is 1, then 4. All of them, there are 5. We also have, these are first 5 rows. So we also have a method that we can use to get the last 5. So df dot tail, this one now gives us the last 5, right? This one is giving us the last 5 rows. So when you shift enter, you can see from 50 up to 46, and you get 5. Now let's say you want maybe to get more than bottom 5, you want more than 5, or you want even more than 5 from the top. What do you do? So if it is from the bottom, for example, let's say df dot a tail, and you want more than 5, so that from bottom let's get 11. Then when you see like that, and shift enter, get 11 like that. So these are 11. So these are 11 rows, and if you want the hand, you do the same. So let me give you a challenge or a quiz, and this quiz is going to be use the hand, and when you use the hand, I want you to display the 15 first rows from here. So that is a challenge, and give it a go. Really give it a go, and you can see how you find it. Okay, so it's goodbye. Next lesson we shall continue from there.